Hey you guys, how we doing? So it's Tuesday night, but it's super late for me, so you're not going to see this until Wednesday. My apologies once again, but your girl lives a busy life. Cheers to some chamomile tea. Cyrus is trying to get up here. That's my cat, one of them, for you guys who are new in here. So we are going to get to the tea. This is going to be a quick reading because I do have to go to bed. FYI, for the Lunar New Year, I wasn't allowed to wash my hair, so you don't want to wash away the good fortune coming into your new year. So I'm going to fix this all tomorrow, but that's why I have a bird's nest on top of my head. Anywho, let's pull some cards as I drink the last little bit of this tea. So you ask your questions, I instill the energy into the cards as I shuffle them, and then we see what your spirit guides have to tell you. Okay? So what is coming up for us on this lovely Tuesday tea session? Tuesday tarot and tea. Love it. But again, my apologies, especially if you are in the UK. You guys will be seeing this on Wednesday morning. So what does my collective need to know? What's coming up for my collective? I didn't do Monday, so middle of the week, I always leave for just general readings. I don't pick any love-specific cards. It's just regular tarot decks or regular oracle decks, and then I see what comes up. So it could be money, it could be love. 2 cards just fell out. Oh, 3. We're gonna magical 3. Let's see. The Page of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, and then the 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay. I'm not going to say that this is in any specific order, like past, present, future. I'm just going to say that this is what's underlying for this reading. Since they flew out at me, that means that they have some kind of significance. So the Page of Pentacles, we've definitely got a manifestation brewing. Potentially a financial opportunity with the Pentacles. And you have worked hard for it, but you just haven't seen a reward yet. All right. This is just a reminder to stay diligent. Like, you know your desire, you have the ambition there, but you are getting very distracted away from this long-term vision. Or maybe you have a lack of the long-term vision since you haven't seen the success of this hard work come in yet. And I know it feels like you might be doing all of this with no results, but that's not the case at all. So, you know, you've planted the seeds here. I'll show you in the upright. You've planted the seeds, you're tending to the garden, and you just haven't seen the harvest yet. And that's okay because it's still growing, right? So don't get too down. Look at, they're very sad and depressed about not seeing the success yet. There is still struggle here. You're pretty overwhelmed with some kind of issue. It may be this financial issue. It may have to do with this lack of drive or lack of purpose that you're still trying to find in your life. You could be exhausted by seeking this. There's definitely some kind of lack of motivation and fatigue from suffering of some kind. Maybe you're even feeling like super overwhelmed to the point of paranoia, which would be, that's on the far end of it. But 9, it's like you're not at this completion stage yet, but we should be since it's in the reversal. You need to find that internal strength and compassion for yourself. The suffering is the silver lining. You have to look beyond that and, again, see the bigger picture. Try to be optimistic about this, even though it feels like you're pretty trapped and you're down and out and you have some past traumas, some injuries, right, that you're dealing with, but you're holding on to that wand pretty tightly. Wands represent this passion for, or motivation to find your purpose. So I really think that this is more of a money reading in correlation to this. Hello, Bogart. Bogart says hello. Okay, cheers to that. Is my collective going to have good fortune this new year? Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we just stepped into the Lunar New Year today, or yesterday for some of you, on Tuesday. So that's why I didn't wash my hair, because we want to keep that good fortune rolling into the new year. I know we're into the second month already of 2026, but as far as the Chinese calendar goes, today is the start of this new beautiful year, and it is the fire horse year. So you're finally taking action. You're stepping into this energy of renewal, resources. You're getting this fire under your butt, and you're like, I know what I want. I'm striving towards these goals, and I'm going to get them. So we like this kind of energy. Excuse you, Bogart. Okay. What's going on for my collective overall present situation? Their what's at hand energy. So this could be the energy or the obstacle that's just influencing the whole situation. The Knight of the Wands. What did I just say about the Fire Horse? You see that? Fire Horse energy coming in strong for today. Are you kidding? I love this. So much passion. So much inspired action. There's an adventure ahead of you. You're meant to just ride into this fearlessly. You're going to potentially do this impulsively, but it's with this faith. It's with this unknowing, instinctual yearning towards whatever it is that you desire. And that, to me, is a beautiful energy to harness and to move forward in. And notice that same wand, right? So this was the energy of last year, that you were holding on to that wand and you were pretty fearful. You were dealing with a lot of these past traumas, trying to find yourself, seeking this purpose, right? This power and purpose within your life. And now look at you. You've healed. You've put on new armor. And that's not to say that you're guarded. That's to say that you're protected. You've got a beautiful fire horse. You're moving into this new year with your power, with your purpose, and you're going full force, full speed ahead towards the 3 pyramids. So this is towards success. Anytime we're moving towards mountain ranges or big monuments like that, it's showing a lot of success. So I love that. Fire and air signs are relevant here. Earth as well. Okay, let's see. What else is coming up for us? In the past, yeah, we were slow to move into that energy. You have the Chariot in reverse. So you had to work on some self-discipline. There could have been some opposition that you were met by, whether it was in the workplace, in your family, or your relationships. You just felt this big lack of direction and a lack of control in your life and what you wanted to do, where you wanted to go, what direction you were going to take. That could have potentially brought some aggravation or aggression even, and some carelessness into your choice making. When you don't feel like you have the willpower or the control, sometimes the ego and the arrogance can step in and make the choices for you, and that's not always the best. So this is particularly talking to my water signs, because the Chariot is ruled by water. The number 7 could be relevant because we've had 7 come up twice here. So you had the Chariot in reverse in the past, meaning you weren't ready to move forward. And that's okay. That is totally okay, because right now, into this new year, you're finally feeling protected, feeling this power coming back in, and you want to move forward with this action. Okay, so presently, the Temperance in reverse. So there's still an imbalance here. You could potentially be overindulging in drinking right now. I'm just going to say it. And it doesn't just have to be alcohol. It could be any kind of an addiction. So you're meant to really focus on self-healing and realigning these. Find the balance. Find how you can temper this, right? It's the Temperance card. So number 14 boils down to a 5, which 5s are all about change. You have options here. You just need to take the right choice. You're very grounded. So the Temperance angel here has one foot on the ground, on the earth, connected, and then the other foot is in the water. So the Temperance card not only talks about balance, how they're balancing out each one of these cups, which cups talk about emotions, right? The emotional depths that we experience internally. But notice how they've got the sun symbol right there on the third eye. I don't know if it's gonna, yeah, there we go. Right there on the third eye. So this is talking about a big spiritual awakening that the angels, right, your higher self, your spirit guides are watching over this awakening. You've got the sun showing up multiple times here with the triangle at heart too. So this is you tapping into this emotional depths, tapping into your intuitive knowledge, being guided by your higher self on this journey. You're not feeling fully balanced right now through this. Of course, going through any kind of dark night of the soul into this spiritual awakening is going to feel very extreme, and that's okay. But know that you are protected. You're meant to be healing through this, and just to be mindful of finding the balance and the harmony with these overindulgences that you are going through. Oh, we have a little moth. Well, hello, moth. Hey, baby. Want to say hi to the moth? Moths could be significant. There's a lot of transformation here. Hello, baby. You're finding the light. You're going towards the light. There you go. This light won't hurt you. Okay. One more sip. Wow, we're down to the last sip, you guys, and we'll get some tea. Okay, in the future, what's your likely outcome? The Queen of Cups is in reverse. So, we're still facing these inner feelings. I do love that in our immediate future, self-care is the number one most important thing on your mind. In your soul, actually. This is the soul placement of the card. So on your mind, in the past, you were dealing with having a hard time seeing the long-term view of all of this, right? Seeing the results of the investments that you've already made because the seeds were just planted. They're still growing. You're not finding the harvest yet. We're moving slow towards our goals, towards what we really want and desire. But through this healing process, through the realignment, you're going to finally step into that Knight of Wands energy where you have this passionate, inspired action to just move forward towards exactly what you know that you need and want, which is obviously this self-love, this self-care. You just have to cope with any last bit of addictive behavior. So codependencies are coming up here, insecurities, double water sign for the Queen of Cups. If the Queen of Cups was in her upright, that's telling me that you've fully healed, that you're finding this emotional stability and you're listening to your intuitive, caring senses, but, right, that you're learning right now with this Temperance card. But I'm not seeing that just yet. So don't get worried. This is just the immediate future. So I always say immediate future is next few days, next couple weeks, at tops a couple of months, but really it's more immediate than that. Notice how you don't even realize that you're protected, you're guided. Look at this angel right here, angel, angel. You're being guided, you're supported, you're protected, but you've got to turn that energy around. You're not feeling balanced right now. You're feeling misaligned still. Come into this intuitive healing nature that's within all of us, whether you're a male or a female or whatever you identify as. You all can tap into this Queen of Cups and Temperance energy, this intuitive, beautiful, spiritual knowing. And that's what it's all about, nurturing yourself. Okay. I'm just going to empty out the last bit of tea. I always like to keep it separated because I don't want to eat it all before I can read it. And I put it in this cute little strawberry. I love my strawberry. Look how cute this is. Okay. Stepping into this new year, Lunar New Year, what does this collective need to know? One and two and three. What do they need to know? Excuse you. My cats are just by my feet. Hello. You want to come up? Say hello. My fatty. Hi. You stinky. You need a bath too. Tomorrow we'll take a bath. Oh, you want to purr for them? You need to purr for them? Okay. What does the collective need to know, huh, Cyrus? All right. Nothing happening too fast again. So these, you've got some water droplets on the outside. That always talks to me about travel or something happening super quickly, but they're just stuck there. They're at a standstill. Notice how they're not moving too fast. One of them is moving super slow. The signs that are coming up in particular, we've got Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. Other signs could be relevant, but those are more prevalent. Or any of your placements could be in those signs. A lot of star energy here. So this is a time of healing. This is a time of growth. And potentially wish becoming fulfilled here for those signs, because all of the tea is closer to those signs that I just read. In particular, Aries has a seed planted. Cancer has a seed planted. So you guys are going to see the growth sooner than the others. Yep. And something about a Taurus and a Gemini together. We've got energy blending into both of those signs. As well as the Cancer and the Leo. I'm sorry if he hits the mic. Okay. Excuse you. Stay down because I got to read this for my collective. Thank you. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Well, you've been separated from something. I don't know if it's from someone, yourself. You can't be on the mic, baby. Can you move over here? Thank you. Yeah, we've been going through a separation. You're going to feel more connected, or the separation breaks. And it's a gentle break because it trails in lightly before it gets heavier. Within 2 weeks. So I'd say by the end of the month. Into the following month. Then I'm not going to lie to you, the energy clears out again. So the separation might happen again into next month. I'm seeing a dragonfly. So there's transformation through the separation. Whatever you were separated from, whether you feel like it's yourself, family members, a lover, you had to go through this to transform. Look up the particular meaning for dragonflies. Okay. You haven't, exactly what the card said. You haven't, even though you could be working hard towards your success, you haven't seen any signs of it, nothing tangible. But you will start to see that at the end of the month. Within that 2-week period, you're going to start to see some growth. It's small in the beginning, but it is there. Something to note. There's a wish coming true here. You've got a little genie, what do you call that? A genie lamp. It's a beautiful little genie lamp underneath the mountain range. So you've got to wish towards the success. Whatever you're trying to accomplish in your business is going to be fruitful. You've got maybe up to 3 wishes coming true, right? The genie always gives you 3. Don't recline though, because I see this reclining chair. I'm just getting the sense to say, like, don't sleep on this energy. Don't just like recline back and lounge it off. You need to like take action towards it. There's a dark red rose here, potentially a black rose. We got some gothic lovers out here. I don't know, it's a single rose. Underneath the success. It's almost crossing over into the separation line, so I feel like there's going to be success from this separation if it had to do with love that was like making your heart feel a little dark. To be given a single rose here, there's something coming in. Okay, so as far as dedication, again, we weren't seeing much progress or even motivation with what you desire coming into your life or what you are working on as far as projects and business. But within that 2-week mark, again, we're seeing a steady incline. So we're seeing a lot more leaves show up, which means the motivation is coming back, right? You're going to get this willpower, this drive from this fire horse. And now we've got a bouquet of flowers under the torch. So yeah, there's a lover. There's a lover potentially coming in here with a bouquet now. Instead of that single rose from before that was darker, now we've got a lighter, fully red bouquet of flowers, roses. We've got somebody in bed though here too. With a cat on them. With a cat like the end of the bed, a black cat. I don't know what that could mean underneath. Underneath the progress. Maybe somebody's healing if they were like bedridden. A cat is helping them heal, like purring. I don't know. Okay, good. We're not dealing with any snake energy for the next few weeks, which is good. We had cleared out all of the negative snake energy from the past year of the wood snake. We do have a little bit coming in March, I'd say beginning of March. It's nothing serious. I'm not thinking that it's negative. I do see a bird here, a black bird. Maybe a crow, maybe a raven, or just a simple black bird. And then there's like a little Tweety bird too. It's smaller. It's not as big as the black bird. 2 birds could be significant. They're going in other different directions. The blackbird is moving forward, and the little bird underneath it is perched. It's at a standstill. So the younger person here could be dealing with like a third party influencing their movement, and they are at a standstill. But the older, wiser crow or raven is moving forward with this Knight of Wands energy, taking some action in flight. Good thing is nobody's getting pregnant here. So we don't have heavy fertile energy, but if this was correlating to our money or our ideas and business and passion projects, there's not much of that either. But I feel like you've already had the ideas. We've already planted those seeds, and now you're just waiting for that growth. So it's slow, but good that at the end of March, we do have this seed, and it's crossing over into the birdcage energy. So this seed that you had planted could be really beneficial and successful for some kind of family matter here or financial matter. Love that. Kind of looks like a banana peel too. Could have something to do with potassium, I just heard. I don't know, bananas have potassium. Maybe you like bananas. Bananas could have a significance to you. There's an owl as well. Be wise with whatever fertile energy does come in at the end of March. It's very small here. You might like almost miss it, but there's most definitely a little owl. I want to show you this owl. Look underneath the fig all the way to the bottom. This is a little owl. I wonder if it'll focus. I can even see its eyes. I don't know if it focused. I'm sorry, but there's a little black bow, like a ribbon, on this seed. It's almost making me think of when somebody wins those awards for like growing a nice big squash or something, or a prize banana. I don't know. Could be code word for a prize banana coming in. I don't know. With this fertile energy, maybe I spoke too soon. Fertile energy with a prize banana, creating some kind of good prosperity surrounded with family matters or financial matters. Okay. The really cool stuff here is that we've got heavy apple placement from this week all the way into middle of March. So you've really been focusing on yourself. You've been focusing on your self-love. This is exactly what showed up on the cards too, that you're finding this balance. You're seeking out this self-love and compassion and really trying to minimize or fully release any insecurities and codependency, any past addictions, and focus on taking care of yourself. That's what it's all about. There's a bridge here. It's like you've bridged between the gaps. You're really finding your way, and there's a clear path. So take it towards this enlightenment, because that path leads right over into the faith placement. We've got a big wand showing up here too. Look at that orange wand. See it? So you're finding your purpose, you're finding your passion, you're finding this willpower, this drive within this spiritual awakening. You have another big spiritual awakening. I'm going to take that as a line in the 3-week mark. So if this is already, it could be 1 week from right now, because this is right now, the rim. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So I'm saying 1 to 2 weeks tops, really. You're going to have another epiphany, a breakthrough, premonition, something correlated to, he's so funny. I'm sorry if the purring is so loud. Something really correlated to finding yourself, finding your purpose, finding this spiritual path. And there's a big seed that's been planted there as well, dropping down under Jupiter. So a huge decision needs to be made after this epiphany is had, after this awakening is happening. As far as a new opportunity in love or maybe a potential passion project, it's just something that you desire, heavy. There has been, oh, you can't keep touching the mic like that. There has been no energy right now for the next week. But into 2 to 3 weeks, we're starting to see something come in slow. No. We've got another dragonfly. So there's transformation with this. Finding new desires. I see a dragon's head. So heavy energy with this Knight of Wands coming. Strong. Very passionate beginning. Very fiery. And a dragon egg. Yeah, there's a new beginning here with some heavy desire. I'm still not sure if it's love or a love for something. If this is correlated to you meeting somebody, we are getting out and about in the middle of the month. So you're going to be very socially active this month into March. And there's a big seed that's planted there as well in the end of March. I'm thinking maybe mid-March. And we've got a bat showing up. Bats are really good. What do you call it? Just like bees, they fertilize. They not just fertilize. What's the word I'm thinking of? Pollinate. Beautiful pollinators. So maybe you're going to be out and about with some friends. Somebody's going to drop some ideas, introduce you to new people. There's pollination happening here. And then this seed happens. Because you have to stop hitting the mic, dude. Get down there. You getting out and about will bring in some feelings of affection, love. It's not heavy, but we've got the heart placement showing up here. And we've got a nail. Like you've built something. You've built something with this. So maybe this is a potential love, affectionate, a heartfelt affection that you've already worked on in the past, like, right? Because this nail is literally nailed through a board already. So you've already put the work in, is what I'm sensing with that. So maybe this isn't a new love. Maybe this is something that's coming back. Yeah, the bat is flying right towards it. Yeah, I think you've already pollinated that. You've already put the work in. The seed had already been planted. It's coming back in. It's not to say that it won't come without challenge. It's not a huge challenge, but at the same time frame, again, within like a week's time right now, there is, I don't want to say trouble, but I will say just a difference of opinion, some kind of conflict. It's small, though. There's not a lot of leaf placements there. What I do like is that I see another angel, and it looks very similar to the Temperance angel. I see this exact figure underneath this conflict. So you're still protected through the conflict. The number J is coming up. Walk in each other's shoes. There's a boot here. There's 2 boots. Yeah, definitely. Just see and feel what the other person would. Underneath the letter from the heart, we have some leaf placement at the same time frame. This brings back some communication. It's light. I'm not feeling like anybody's giving a full love confession, but they do come back in. We do have some kind of communication here, but it is staying light. It's staying friendly, maybe a little flirtatious, but light. There's a butterfly there. And a heart and a swan. Maybe not as light as I thought, or it could be a little, it's a black swan. Look up the significance of a black swan. Maybe a black duck. You'll know what it means more than I do. But there is love here. There's this new love affair. Maybe it's rekindled, maybe it's new. We've got a bird over a caterpillar. So this growth, this transformation, it's happened within yourself, you know? It's like that bird had to consume that nutrient source within the caterpillar in order for that growth to happen. And then that transformation, it just is a cycle. And that's what's leading towards this growth, this transformative energy. I've seen a couple of mushrooms too. So there's definitely communication here. There's definitely the sense of connectedness. You guys are connected like the mycelium network. There's a black cat. So you've got this intuitive familiar here, this spiritual sense, this knowing that this love connection is significant. There's one small leaf on the inside of the sun. So it's like a small seed of a beginning. It doesn't feel like anything huge right now. Like I said, it's going to come in light, but it is there. Somebody's recognizing you. You've got crescent moon energy coming back. Nothing to be mindful of, worried about, but to just know is that this action, we only have leaf placements inside of Mars, not on the outside. So I'm really thinking that internally, you're feeling this action of the fire horse, of the Knight of Wands. It's a very action-oriented planet. Okay. I like that there's no need for movement right now, or like there's no speed on a journey. Like you don't have to take any major journey right now. So you have some time to ponder it, to grow, right? To wait for the harvest. You don't have to move too fast. And that's exactly what was showing up in the past, right? With the Chariot, you didn't really know the direction yet. Temperance in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse, you're still focusing on healing, you're still focusing on growing. But the Knight of Wands energy is coming through strong, so you're building this willpower, you're building this strength, you're building this action, passionate, oriented energy. He keeps trying to get on my lap. There is a big decision that needs to be made here. Jupiter energy is coming in strong, and it's directly correlated to this wish that came in at the beginning on the saucer. One of your wishes, at least. We had a few wishes, right? And it is bringing you good luck. We've got a few leaf placements on the outside and inside. So not only is it going to bring you good luck internally, but it's going to emanate off of you. Other people are going to feel this good energy as well. All right, pretty good reading overall. I always am like, it's going to be a short reading, 38 minutes later. Okay, well, I'm sorry if my cat was purring too loud, but I guess we needed that healing, right? Because even the little cat showed up in my mug, in my little teacup. So say goodbye, my fatty. I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful Lunar New Year. And again, if you don't know, my name's Kat. This is my channel, Pure Premonitions, where we make more magic. So I'll see you guys next time.